Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, George Mason University proudly brings to you its premier movie review program that's out of this world. I'm the Dean Machine, Roger Dean, with Mason Cable Network and Student Media, and this is From the Cinema.
Hello, welcome back everyone. I hope all is well. I hope your week is treating you well. Finals are coming. For us seniors, it's the final countdown. I'm excited to bring you this episode. This is important because, as you all may know, or may not know, this is my last episode as your host from the Cinema. I know, it is very sad. Hold your tears until the end of the video. You all have some more time with me still. Today I'm going to bring you a new kind of review. This is a list of movies people need to see eventually, in no specific order. These are a list of my favorite films and classics that I have seen. Some would consider them to be, the Dean's List. It's a play on words because, hi, my name is Roger Dean. But also the Dean's List is specifically a list of students recognized for academic achievement during a semester by the dean of the college they attend. I think it's a realistic concept because in regards to my blog, Roger's Rundown, the Dean's List is my list of favorite movies, again, in no particular order. So we're going to get this show on the road, but some of these movies I've already reviewed on my blog, which you can always go check out at rogersrundown.blogspot.com. So this episode will contain guilty pleasures as well. These movies don't have to be really, great, fantastically well done, amazing, Oscar-winning movies, but they just have to be movies that I like. So you can find the reviews on my blog, but as for now, enjoy the list. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know, how many of these movies you've seen. Is there something that you think I'm missing? So let's just get started. So first movie, we have The Shawshank Redemption, 1994. That is probably my favorite film of all time. Next, The Dark Knight, 2008. Another really good film. Heath Ledger's Joker is probably one of the best Jokers that people have seen. I'm really a huge fan of Jack Nicholson's Joker and Batman 1989, but it's all right. Pulp Fiction, 1994. That is a great Quentin Tarantino movie. Lots of blood, lots of really interesting conversation, but Royale with cheese, right? Like really interesting quotes and stuff come from that movie, but it's a good one. 12 Angry Men, 1957. That's a really good, just law-based movie that talks about, the process of the legal system. So that's a nice one. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. That is one of the best movies, period, of all time, like in the world. And you would be argued against if you disagreed. So, Forrest Gump, 1994. Everybody knows the quote. My mama says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And with Forrest Gump, you're always going to get a great film. The Matrix, 1999. I actually saw The Matrix about 2 years ago for the first time ever. The blue pill or the red pill, Psycho, 1960. Fun note about that movie. Psycho, the noise that comes from that movie is also the noise in Finding Nemo, when Darla opens the door. When Darla opens the door, that's the noise from Psycho. And I'm like, oh, snap, that's really funny. So, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, 1983. Again, this movie is really old, but again, it's probably one of the best movies in the series. Toy Story 3, 2010. That is a fantastic film. You might cry towards the end. Just a warning. To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962. A great film off of a really great book. Book has some choice language in it, but it's a good book. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, 1975. One of the best movies of all time. I'll fight you tooth and nail. I'll argue that till I'm blue in the face, and that probably won't work because I don't turn blue. But the concept of Monty Python and the Holy Grail being a great movie, it's a fantastic film. We are the knights who say knee. It's only a scratch. It's just so quotable. I really like it. Toy Story, 1995. That's what started the whole Toy Story thing, man. You are a toy, a child's plaything. Batman Begins, 2005. That's a really, really good one. Ra's al Ghul. Who else was in that? Obviously, that was the beginning of Christian Bale's Batman. But what's the guy's name? The Scarecrow. Yeah, he was playing the Scarecrow. Was the other villain in that movie. That was really good. Up, 2009. Up. That first 8 minutes of that film rips your heart out. Just stomps all over it. The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013. A film I think Leonardo DiCaprio should have won an Oscar for, but no one asks me. Judgment at Nuremberg, 1961. Another really good film. That one's about the aftermath of the Holocaust. How to Train Your Dragon, 2010. I don't know if How to Train Your Dragon 2, I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's another great film. So both of those are really great films. I love that entire series. Finding Nemo 2003, another great film. It has a sequel coming out, Finding Dory, so that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that one. Kill Bill Volume 1, 2003. I mean, Kill Bill, I mean, it's just a really interesting, movie about a girl walking around killing lots of people in an attempt to kill one dude, and his name's Bill. So, 12 Years a Slave, 2013. That is a really good film. It's very sad. It's kind of, it gives you a more realistic approach of what slavery was like. But, this guy only did it for 12 years as opposed to people who have done it their entire life, or people who died slaves or were born slaves. Slavery was something that plagued our country for about 246 years, so it's 12 Years a Slave is probably just a little snippet of it. The Princess Bride, 1987. Are you the six-fingered man? My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. These type of phrases come from that movie. The Wizard of Oz, 1939. One of the best movies, probably of all time. Melting, I'm melting, right? Like you all know these quotes. It's a great time. The Avengers, 2012. That one, I mean, you're already going to understand why I like that film. I love all things superhero related. My t-shirt's one of them. Guardians of the Galaxy 2014. Guardians of the Galaxy, great film. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. I can't stop this feeling. Has one of the best soundtracks of any film I've ever seen. Jaws, 1975. This is a guilty pleasure for me, because Jaws is not really I don't think it's a super well done film, like in comparison to today's stuff, but I don't know, the music was really good. John Williams did the music for it. I really like it. I think it's a good film. It's not the greatest film ever, but I like it. Monsters, Inc., 2001. And I am a fan of the sequel, Monsters University, which is actually a prequel, but I am a fan of that. But Monsters, Inc., I really do enjoy. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. It's just, Mike Wazowski is a very clever character. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, 2011. So I've recently seen the Harry Potter films. I've seen them last year, so I had never seen them before last year, or last year and the year before that. I'd never seen them, and so when I was watching them, I'm like, wow, all right, so why did they break it up into two books, or two parts? It's part 2. I blame her. I blame, J.K. Rowling for allowing them to put this book into two movies, because after that happened, you got Twilight, Part 1, Part 2, you got Avengers, Infinity War, Part 1, Part 2, everything's being broken up into Part 1s and Part 2s. And now, don't get me wrong, it's just a really good way to make money, but come on, the stories can't be that long. Jurassic Park, 1993. Good film. I really like dinosaurs. It's a classic. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003. Good film. You got yourself some Jack Sparrow in that. Good time. The Help, 2011. That's just another really good film. Octavia Spencer's in that one. So, good film. X-Men Days of Future Past, 2014. Probably one of the best X-Men films that has ever happened. I just rewatched First Class not too recently. It was a really good film. But X-Men Days of Future Past, it's a real, flip of the coin. You never know who's gonna win that one, because they're both really great films. Beauty and the Beast, 1991. I mean, that's just a classic. I think Beauty and the Beast is a really good story about Stockholm Syndrome. A girl falling in love with her captor, but no one really asks me. I'm just saying I think she falls in love with her captor. I really don't think it's a real love, but they say it's a tale as old as time, and people have been kidnapped forever. So yeah, I'll say that. I'll agree with you on that. Castaway, 2000. So funny story about Castaway. I was watching Castaway for the first time by myself. It was a gift. My friend gave it to me as a gift. He was like, you like movies. Watch Castaway. I was like, all right, cool. We got Tom Hanks. All right. I know Wilson comes from this movie. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he is, but I know that quote comes from here. I find out who Wilson is. I'm like, what? Mind blown. They made a joke about Wilson in Madagascar. When they were stuck on the island, when Alec was talking to the basketball and he told him to shut up, Spalding, I was like, genius. It makes so much more sense now. And I also called it when the Wilson happened, the big Wilson. I called it. I was watching the movie and I was like, is he going to say it now? Yep, there it is. Moving on. Titanic, 1997. The movie that all children, pretty much all young teenage girls who were probably born somewhere between like the 2000s or 1998 and after, all think Leonardo DiCaprio should have won an Oscar for Titanic because he was so cute and so attractive, when actually he's not that great in that film. He's good in a lot of other films, but he's just really not fantastic in Titanic. But Titanic is a very good film. No, it does not end well. Spoiler alert for Titanic, people die. Just saying. Cool Runnings, 1993. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Come on, y'all, it's bobsled time. That's a really good film. It's about Jamaicans. It's about Jamaicans going bobsledding. It's actually really funny. It's actually a really funny movie. The Green Mile, 1999. All right, let's talk about that. We went from funny movie to like the saddest, most depressing movie ever. The Green Mile is like so. Green Mile is so sad. It's got Michael Clark Duncan, rest his soul. He also played the villain. He played Kingpin in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck in 2004, I think that movie was. But just come on, man. Like Michael Clark Duncan, walking the Green Mile. Like Tom Hanks is also in that movie. Like it's a great movie, and it's like mind-blowing, like amazing. But yeah, it's very sad. The Prestige, 2006. All right, so I watched this one as a gift, or my friend offered me to watch this movie. I had never seen it, so I was like, sure, let's see it. You know things get real when Batman and Wolverine start fighting each other with magic. Okay, hear me out. The Prestige is a movie that stars Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Christian Bale, Batman, and Michael Caine in that movie. And also Scarlett Johansson's in the movie, so Black Widow shows up. Like Alfred and Black Widow show up randomly. But it's like they start fighting each other with magic. And so like you just know things got real. So it's just a really funny thing that I noticed about it. The Lion King, 1994. Just probably one of the best animated films of all time. Fact. Like that's just a known fact. Django Unchained, 2012. All right. So that movie is really, really good. Okay, so Django, fun fact about Django. Django says a really interesting word. It's a very choice word that they use in that film. They say that word over 100 times. So if you're not a fan of the word that you think is going to be used in Django Unchained, by the way, it's a movie about slavery, so I will say this again. If you're not a fan of the word that you think might be used in Django, don't watch the film. Because you're just gonna hear it a lot, and like if you like hate that word and like it makes you cringe every single time you hear it, or like you can't stand like any movie that has that word in it, don't watch it. Like it says it at least 100 times by everyone. Okay, but other than that, it's like one of the best films ever. Quentin Tarantino's great film. I mean, orange blood bothers me, but every movie Quentin does, he wants to just throw orange blood in it. I'm just I don't understand why, but it's fine. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. Actually, one of my not my favorite in the Dark Knight Christopher Nolan series. My favorite is Batman Begins. But Bane, it just bothers me. Bane is supposed to be a luchador that where the only part you can see is his mouth. He's supposed to have a mask and you can only see his mouth. But in this version of Bane, they let everything else be covered except for they let everything else be uncovered except for his mouth. And I was like, way to like not stick to the text. But nonetheless, Dark Knight Rises is a really great film. It has a really great message to it, so that's nice. Speaking of messages, next movie, WALL-E, 2008. All right, WALL-E, 2008 is a film about, when I keep saying in my everyday natural life, there's no planet B, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Like, we don't have another option. We need to save this planet because there's nowhere else for us to go. And WALL-E, kind of discusses that. Snakes on a Plane, 2006. Okay. This is a guilty pleasure. This movie is not good. I repeat, this movie is not good. But I like this film because of the one line that Samuel Jackson has. He's tired of all those snakes on the plane. He obviously says it in a lot more expletives, but it's a funny line. I wanted to watch the movie because I wanted to see that line. And then my friend informed me, he was like, you're gonna have to wait. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, it's all the way at the end. And I was like, come on, I have to get through this really awful movie in order to hear the line. But then, lo and behold, I got to the line, and I was like, worth it. Makes it all worth it. Batman and Robin, 1997. Okay, all right, so I'm laughing because Batman and Robin is also a really bad movie. But, it's funny. Because looking back on it, like when it came out in 1997, they were serious. Like they meant that. And then you look back and I was like, they meant that? That's hysterical because it's nothing like, you got Ben Affleck and Batman vs. Superman, Christian Bale and his Christopher Nolan trilogy. And I'm just like, all right, Batman and Robin, what is this? You had, what was it, George Clooney as Batman and Chris O'Donnell as Robin, and then randomly this random girl shows up as a blonde Batgirl. Like, where did you come from? Who are you? Like, go away. And it's just really funny. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, 2007. I don't care what anyone says. I like that movie. It's just fact. I like that movie. The Marine, 2006, starring John Cena. Not actually a bad film. I'm quite a fan, actually. The Happening, 2008. All right, so The Happening I just thought was a really interesting concept. The Happening is about plants, about people just randomly dying. Plants have a thing about, plants have something to do with it. But I don't want to spoil it for you, but The Happening is a movie about people just randomly dying, and they're wondering what's happening. Roll credits. Elektra, 2005. All right, Elektra was a spin-off movie to Daredevil, which was 2004. Jennifer Garner as Elektra. Not really the best movie, but all right. Bad Boys 2, 2003. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. That's all I really have to say. I really like both of those actors. Put them in the same movie. Great. 2012. The movie 2012 that was made in 2009. All right, so 2012, at the time, we never knew that the world was supposed to end on December 21st, 2012. So that was what the movie was about. We were trying to find out what was going to happen. But the moment that I liked was on December 22nd, when the movie 2012 became science fiction. Because we were worried about it being like fact, like it might be historical fiction. But like, no, like, yeah, it didn't happen. So it just moved into the horror science fiction category. Next we have Ghost Rider, 2007. All right, Nicolas Cage. Oh, Nicolas Cage, you awful, awful man. He can't act, okay? Fact, he can't act. Ghost Rider plays the spirit of vengeance, or he is the spirit of vengeance. Ghost Rider, you don't need to really act. He's just a guy with, he's a guy that has a skull that's on fire, and he punishes people. So like, he was good in that because he doesn't really have to do much. But yeah, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a superhero movie, so I have to like it, kind of. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2005, great film. People working for opposite organizations that want each other dead, but they're married. Great film. Fantastic Four, 2005. I really liked that film. It's the original. I thought they, did it really well, as opposed to the new Fantastic Four that just came out, Fant Four Stick, when it was awful. So, bummer. X-Men Origins Wolverine, 2009. Another guilty pleasure of mine. It's not the greatest film on earth. There are parts of it that are really bad, but for the most part, it's a really good film. Charlie's Angels, 2000. Hello, Charlie. You never get to see that man. You never get to find out what he looks like. He's kind of like Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls. Mean Girls, 2004. Another great film. Why? Because it's like the most quotable film on the planet. When is Mean Girls Day? October 3rd. Why? Because October 3rd is the only date in the movie that is mentioned by date. On October 3rd, he asked me what day it is. It's October 3rd. Independence Day, 1996. Great film. Will Smith, Harvey Feinstein, or Firestein. David! That voice, the voice bothers me, but it's just so funny. It's like, David, why did I send my mother to Atlanta? David! It's just, yeah, it's a good time. Welcome to Earth. It's really funny. Grease, 1978. Okay, so Grease is a good film. All right, it's a good musical. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John have pretty much catapulted their careers. But here's my thing. One, where's Olivia Newton-John? No idea where she is. You know what John Travolta's doing. My other question is, Grease has an awful message. Change completely for the guy you love. Change completely, like absolutely completely. So that's just something I wasn't a huge fan of. But nonetheless, it's still a good movie. And then Dirty Dancing, 1987. Now I've had the time of my life. Great music. That's one thing that makes a movie great. Like, I don't care if the movie's awful, but if you have great music in your movie, it moves up a couple pegs. The Breakfast Club, 1985. Great film, and has one really awesome song. One. Like, it's been like said, oh yeah, The Breakfast Club is like the best soundtrack. Like, no, it doesn't. It has like one song. And it's one song that's good, and it's the end song. Don't you forget about me. Like, that's it. Clue, another 1985 film. All right, so Clue is funny just because it's like the board game Clue, but it's trying to do it in a movie form, and so it's like, who killed the person? Who killed Colonel Mustard and the pipe in the bathroom? Like, I don't know anymore. But the cool thing about Clue was when it came out and was released in theaters, there were different endings for where you were. So if you were in Atlanta and then you saw the movie, and then you were talking to your friend in New York who saw the movie, and you were like, oh yeah, can you believe that so-and-so killed him? No, he didn't. They did that on purpose. They released different versions of the film or different endings of the film on purpose. And so I just thought it was really cool that they did that. Spaceballs, 1987. All right, so Spaceballs is a parody film of all things space related. So Star Wars, it attempts to do a little Star Trek, but Spaceballs is really, really funny. The villain's name is Darth Helmet. Like, that's his name, as opposed to Darth Vader. But I believe it's a Mel Gibson film. I believe so. Yeah. And if it's not, sorry, Mel. But I think it's a Mel Gibson film. But really, really good movie. Legally Blonde, 2001, with Reese Witherspoon. Legally Blonde, it's a good movie. I'm going to law school, so I assume I'll probably rewatch this just in case to, like, you know, just get my feet wet in regards to, you know, law-related things. Similar to, like, the movie My Cousin Vinny, you know? Not that My Cousin Vinny and Legally Blonde are in any way similar. Footloose, 1984, and then following, again, Footloose, 2011. Funny story about this one, I watched Footloose, the remake, first. That was the poorest decision I ever made, like, in regards to movie. It's like, I would always advise this. If you're ever gonna watch a movie, watch them in order, right? Order of release. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch Star Wars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not how they were released. I'm gonna watch Footloose, the new one, and then I'll go back and watch the other one originally. No. Don't do that. Do not do that. Watch the original first, so then you can make comparisons to what the new one does, similar or different, because the new one was made after the old one came out, and so they obviously used the old one as inspiration. So there's that. Similar to Carrie, the movie Carrie, with the original, don't remember the years, but the original Carrie had Sissy Spacek in it as Carrie, and then the new one had my girl in it. What's her name? Forget her name, but she was really good in it. And so I liked her in that movie. And so I thought it was really, really good. But what do we have next? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Another great film. Home Alone, 1990. Great film. I do love that one. Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a guilty pleasure. 1975. It's a guilty pleasure. It has good music. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971. That's one with Gene Wilder. Rush Hour, 1998. That has Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan. The Mask, 1994, with, of course, Jim Carrey. Bring It On, 2000. I Am a Cheerleader. You may disagree, but I like that movie. I think it's good. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, with Macaulay Culkin. Great kid. I hope he's doing fine. Transformers, 2007. Shia LaBeouf. Just do it! Hairspray, 2007. A better musical than Grease, in my opinion, because it has a better story and a better message. The Waterboy, 1998. Bobby Boucher. Foosball with the devil, Bobby. Great film. Adam Sandler. Probably one of his funniest films because he's not very funny in general. 51st Dates, 2004. Another good Adam Sandler movie. Again, I don't think he's the funniest, but I do think he's funny in that. Final Destination, 2000. Final Destination 3, 2006. Not sure why they keep making all these Final Destinations. It's really not the Final Destination if you keep making more of them. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, 2006. Next is The Mummy, 1999. Great film. 21 Jump Street, 2012. Another great film with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. Space Jam, Michael Jordan in a film. Ooh, that was good, 1996. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 1999. Guilty pleasure. I like that film. No one ever likes the little boy, but I like him. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, 2005. I like that one. I like Hayden Christensen. You Are My Brother, Anakin. I hate you, like, you underestimate my power. Like, I love that film. Pitch Perfect, 2012, and Pitch Perfect 2, 2015. I love both of them. They're both great. I love Anna Kendrick and everything about her. Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, 2007. Another great film. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, 2005. Warm Bodies with Nicholas Hoult, 2013. It's literally just Romeo and Juliet with zombies. Alice in Wonderland, 2010. That is, I mean, it's obviously a more encompassing list, but those are the ones I could think of right now. But bottom line, 1, if you want to see a list of movies that you should check out my honor roll on my blog. 2, if you want to see a list of movies that you should avoid at all cost, check out my list of film failures on my blog. But again, like I've always said, you should know, I thank you all for sticking around to the end of the video and to the end of the season. As stated before, I won't be doing this show anymore. Sorry. But as the final countdown approaches to graduation, as we head there, please check out my blog at, of course, rogersrundown.blogspot.com. It's been a really great time. I've had a blast reviewing these movies with you all, or for you all. You're here in spirit. Thank you all for the support. Go see Captain America Civil War when it comes out on May 6th. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, or emotional outburst, feel free to reach out to me personally on my Twitter at DeanMachine2016 or on my blog, which is again, rogersrundown.blogspot.com. That is all. Thank you. There will not be a next time. So to you all, I say goodbye. If you don't remember anything I say, ever, remember this. Do good things and make good choices.